Hey everybody, my name is Eddie, and I'm going to be showing you how much I've made in 365 days of streaming, as well as give you a reasonable breakdown as a small creator, how much you would be making if you decided to get into this and actually put in the work to see how much money this kind of content or this hobby could make you. I'm going to give you the full breakdown of my 90 days, 30 days, and like my first big things that I was able to get, give you a few tips and tricks if you are interested to see like how that whole content creation thing works and give you a whole realistic expectation of how much money you would end up making and how much time you'd be putting into it if you want to do it as a part-time job or if you're just doing it for funsies. For reference, I have a small Twitch following of 1,900 followers, as well as this small YouTube channel here of 5,000. I have no moment in my little career of as a creator where I blew up. The biggest content I've ever made so far has been a short on YouTube that got 100,000 views. Most of the content I produce ends up making around, if it's a short form content, and it's about 10,000 views, maybe like 15,000 on a good day. And then my YouTube videos average around 5,000 to around 3 to 5,000. I am in a small gaming niche of MMOs. I have been streaming for about, in total, a year and a half. Seriously, I started back in 2018, and when I say I started, I literally popped it up on my laptop and I just started going live. No context, no printer, nothing. Everything when streaming was brand new to the scene, and I didn't just keep up with it. I ended up doing other things in life, and I picked it back up in 2024, in the late year of 2024. But I stuck with it, and then in the whole of 2025 was when I really set up a schedule, set up a timing, and really doubled down on wanting to grow a Twitch audience. And this is where we're going to talk about how much we ended up making and how that process ended up being. I cannot talk to you about how my Twitch live streams went and how I ended up making an audience on there without talking about YouTube first. I created a YouTube channel to spread awareness that I was actually a live streamer on Twitch. And so we're going to talk about the YouTube channel first because I also stream on YouTube and I also stream on Twitch. They both coexist with each other, but we're going to go over the YouTube channel first so you have an idea of how that influenced my Twitch live streaming as well. Before we go into the actual Twitch stats and everything else when it comes to the live stream, I need to show you the YouTube channel. Main reason why is because the YouTube channel is the main thing that drove all the traffic to the Twitch streams and everything else. So I can't really tell you how much I end up making as a live streamer without telling you about the YouTube videos long form and the YouTube videos short form. These things are very important for the general metric and also add up to the grand total of how much you end up making. Over the last 28 days, my YouTube channel has made $178. That is pretty typical in how much money I end up making every single month, as indicated by the green check, which is fantastic. I'm having a pretty average month, which I'm happy about. I love to see that average rise, but this is what we're working with right now. I've gotten 147,000 views in the last month, including 5.4 thousand watch hours and 309 subscribers, which is fantastic. I couldn't think of anything else more grateful than this. Then you go into my last 90 days, I've made $697, which is fantastic. Again, most of the money that comes from these are the long form videos, and in every single live form video, I do say ask people to come check out the live streams. Most of my videos consist of highlights from my stream. Some videos are talking about updates that have come to the game, as well as some things that are just like generally that I'm interested in relation to the video game that I do play, which is RuneScape, and I really enjoy making some of these videos, but I am wholeheartedly a live streamer more than anything else. I have recorded this bit 3 times because I did not figure out that the audio was messed up, and I would not mess up if I was live. I'd much rather be doing that. So, but it is a worthwhile endeavor to continue making live content on YouTube because these things do generate more traffic to your live streams, and they generate more people to come by and hang out with you and see what you are all about. I also recommend multi-streaming from Twitch to YouTube because then your YouTube VODs will end up just making money by themselves, and it is an additional promotion for people to come by and check out your streams. This is fantastic because the live streams over the last 90 days themselves have already made me $120. This is fantastic. I cannot believe that these things are just existing on the channel and they just generate some easy money carefree without me even looking at it. Over the last year in total, though, I have made $2,200 $19.44. That is pretty decent. I did not expect them to make this much money from the channel itself. And again, this was all just made to generate traffic to the Twitch live streams, which ultimately have paid off. We're going to talk about the overall statistics of what I have gained over the last year in the next section real quick. But I want to give you the breakdown of how much money I've made from the channel because of that. I have made a total of $1,414.06 from the YouTube videos itself across 352,000 views. I cannot imagine the YouTubers that are making money from getting one video with that amount of views. That itself is insane. That's awesome. Maybe one day I'll be able to get that, but we'll see. For those shorts, I ended up making $133 from these. Again, I've never had a short or any piece of content of mine that has blown up. When I say blow up, I'm talking like around above 50,000 views on a long form video or above 1 million views on a short form video. The best performing short has gotten 120,000 views. My best performing video has gotten to about 15,000 views as well. Those are all pretty good. I'm not complaining about that at all. And then the live streams over the past year are fantastic. I've made $596.05 just from posting the live streams automatically onto the channel. Super proud about that. That is amazing. And I've honestly just had fun doing it. 110,000 views on the live streams themselves just for people coming in and clicking. I'll take it. It's fantastic. Promoting myself from YouTube onto Twitch has been fantastic. We are on Twitch Stats right now, which is the stat tracking website for Twitch, and I have pushed myself into the top 1.1% on Twitch. If I'm streaming regularly, which I'm trying to do on a regular basis, 3 to 4 times a week for 3-hour streams, I am usually in maybe like the 0.76% or 0.6% of streamers, but because I've been coming back from holiday and stuff like that, not being consistent enough, I have fallen into the 1.11% percentile, which again is still fantastic, but that is just how that goes. You will fluctuate a lot with your streaming metrics and how many people come by, depending on how consistent you are, and you'll see why that will play into your revenue as you continue to make content. I average around 37 viewers per live stream, which is pretty good. I'm making the push for partner, which is going to be 75 average viewers over the year, and we're going to see how that goes. I primarily play RuneScape. I play League of Legends and old school RuneScape at times, and I'm trying to venture into single player games, but going from game to game to game has impacted my viewership and stuff like that. However, I do maintain a regular viewership of around like 20 people, depending on the game that I'm playing. Now, all of these things combined and all the effort and put in has made a fantastic year on Twitch. From October 2024 up to January 15th of 2026, I have made a total of $2,341 on Twitch. That is with 787 subscriptions and with a total of 616 hours streamed. That is amazing to me, in my opinion. I don't do very long streams. My streams are typically 3 hours, 4 hours max, maybe 6 hours if I got free time. But I am employed, I am happily married, and I do a lot of things outside of streaming. I do this as a hobby, and so this is just something that I end up doing, and I've grown to enjoy it, and the money has just come with it. But I don't put in more effort outside of the streams besides making YouTube videos and stuff like that, and that itself has netted me a good following as well as some money with that. I've made a total of $1,833 on Twitch from subscriptions, and from that money itself, a subscription to Twitch is pretty much somebody removing the ads on the page. A subscription costs $6 as a base subscription, and there are 2 forms of pay cuts that Twitch takes. There is a partner cut, which is around like 60-40 or 70-30, I believe, and then most people, including myself, are affiliate monetized, which is a 50-50 cut. So Twitch gets half of that $6. I get the other $3. It's pretty good. I'll take it for that. I mean, it's just money that I was going to make. I'm just making as I'm playing video games, so I'm not complaining about that at all. So I've made $552 in paid subscriptions and Prime subs. These are people who have linked their Amazon Prime account to their Twitch account, and they get 1 free subscription every single month, and people have used that free subscription on me, and they've entrusted me with that, which is fantastic, and I've made $634 from that. And then the biggest chunk that I've made this year comes from the gifted subscriptions. This is when one person ends up buying a bunch of subscriptions for a bunch of other people. In my eyes, gifted subs are the most valuable possible piece of donation that anybody can provide to a live streamer because it brings viewership and it provides income to the player. I mean, to the streamer, which is fantastic. And I really, really, really appreciate people that have done it for me. You can donate bits, which is just another form of currency. That each bit is worth like 1 penny, and then you split that penny in half. So it's only like I've made $92 from bits, and then from ads on the channel, I've made $414 with 88 of those dollars coming from Turbo. Turbo is just another subscription that Twitch offers that anybody watching your stream that uses Turbo, you get a small cut of that. That is pretty much it. Not sure how I got 80 cents from an experiment, but I made 80 cents from an experiment. So over the last year and 365 days on Twitch and YouTube as a live streamer, I made a grand total of $4,560.67. But after taxes, I ended up making $3,192.46 because I have to account 30% of my income as a self-employed creator. I have to account for how much that would end up being. So that comes down to $3,100. And then you have to account for all the equipment I've had to buy over the years. Adding all of those things in, that comes out to $2,600 that I've made from content creation. I am sharing this mostly because I want to provide a true, transparent idea of how much money you would be making if you end up making content for a hobby, or if you're if you're thinking you can do it full-time or part-time. I recommend truly just doing it if you have a passion for wanting to be entertaining, and for streaming, and for talking, and for just talking about topics that you find joy in. I really enjoy interacting with a live chat. I really enjoy interacting with people, and it takes a lot of work to be able to maintain that audience because at the end of the day, you are an entertainer, and I think it's a little bit harder than people anticipate, but it's not hard to stream. It's hard to get the following to stream. That's the only thing about it. I do recommend that if you are looking at it for the money, don't. It is a very saturated market. There are a ton of people that stream and hope to make it big, and there are a lot of ways that people try and cheat that, and I don't recommend you do anything like that, aka view botting, and that's a whole nother topic, but I do recommend that you just try it out once and see if it's for you. I do think that you should find a game that you find fun, stick with it, or a hobby. You can paint miniatures, you can do just chatting, you can do whatever you need to, but I recommend using YouTube as a way to grow your channel, as well as just streaming regularly as you want to. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new today. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to subscribe. I don't make this type of content regularly. I do make content that is fun and enjoyable for RuneScape. I have a secondary channel linked in the description for variety gaming as well, but everything goes down live on the Twitch stream as well if you want to come by and check that out. I have a ton of fun. I enjoy chatting. I enjoy yapping. We'll talk about anything and anything, as well as talk about you. Leave me a comment down below if you are a Twitch streamer, if you learned from streaming, if you want to try streaming, if you think streaming is a joke, if you think it's better than 9 to 5 or hard 9 to 5. I love to hear all those thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next one. Peace.